I,
I will definitely get her. I will buy the trip myself and get it to her. All right. There, or unless okay, Jules, I will have the items ready for her, and we need a challenge for Laura now. We need a challenge.
Why?
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, where's her challenge?
I don't want you.
Girl, you walked into your own challenge. You said I never.
You did do that.
I'm
you did do that though.
Just being politically correct and nice and kind, and you're up there challenging yourself. I'm not gonna be doing that.
But what's your superpower? Like,
what is your?
Oh, you want me to reveal that on the first podcast? No.
We'll have her back though. Sure. I guarantee she's coming back. So don't worry.
We continued.
Yes, I'm telling you. We need. Oh, I got so much ideas now. But hey, we have gone. How long have we been going on at this?
I don't know. Maybe we should like 2 hours.
It is 8:43.
It's been an hour and a half.
That is great. I love it. I mean, it's fun, non-scripted banter. I like it. And we got a lot of information. We did go off topic a bit, but that's all right. It is part of the show to just go off in a tangent. And well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for giving us that time for sure. I mean,
I appreciate it.
Amazing. It's amazing to just to meet new people. Like last time we had a conversation about addictions, and I've met a whole bunch of new people, and I'm like, wow, they opened up my eyes. You guys talking about your experiences in terms of interracial relationships, and again, me coming from an African descent, living in Canada, I can't say I have got that type of response or reactions, because again, it is a bit more liberal in Canada, but don't get me wrong, it's still there. I have never experienced harshness just because of who I am and the area I was kind of raised in.
You're blessed.
It was very multicultural, and it wasn't as hectic. Later on in life, though, I've seen, again, like you did, Laura, when you said, when you were younger, things were seen a certain way. When you go fast forward, when you're in your 30s or so forth, and you see things now, I'm like, I'm like, I didn't realize that this person may not have never liked me because of this, or this person only liked me because of this. Just your eyes open up when you get older. I mean, you get little grays in the beers or whatnot, or whatever, and you just realize that over time, what you thought you knew, you didn't know. Correct. Honestly, what you thought you knew, you didn't know. You learn every single day. I learned something just recently, and I was like blown away. So all this time, I thought it was one thing, and it really isn't. So I'm reteaching myself, even in this old age of mine. And I love it. I love learning. I continue to learn.
One of the hardest things to do in life is to unlearn something. Learning is not as hard as unlearning.
That's why the USA is having issues. That's all I'm gonna say. That's why the USA is having issues. You can't unlearn what you have taught many years ago. Yeah. So get your heads out your asses, you Americans. Be like Canada. No, don't be like Canada. Don't be like Canada. Don't be like Canada. Just all I'm saying is I've a lot of
be open-minded, be more accepting.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Be more supportive.
Be more supportive.
At the end of the day, you don't gotta like it, but you need to respect and support people's decisions.
Show more kindness.
Exactly.
So,
compassion.
Okay. So since we're going to be ending soon, since we have two lovely young ladies, what is a topic that you think that we could delve into? Because we've done addiction, we've done wages, and then of course
relationships. Yeah, give us something that you might like to or hear.
Mental health.
So we dove into mental health when it came to the addiction part.
Those are two different ball games.
So but this is what I'm saying. I am more than happy to try to learn more about mental health, because what
let's say mental health, and I hate to exclude it because it is still mental health thing, but since you've already covered addiction, do mental health outside of addiction, because
Or
then you're
just-
going to get in the debate that addiction is or isn't a mental health issue. So since
Well,
you've already
we
focused on
can
addiction,
we can spin it from the sense of mental wellness and not just mental health, because like mental health sometimes it involves
Or
mental
or
wellness.
yeah,
She nailed it. Mental wellness.
because mental health it has a connotation of like a medical piece to it, right? Like, or a psychological piece to it, while mental wellness doesn't necessarily have to include that. Like your
That's true.
mental wellness can just be like super
will and it
brain
won't.
tight,
It'll be
you know what I mean?
I hear you. I think we
Yeah.
definitely will take some time and find the right way to word it to make it more general for everything. Get the right people to kind of educate us as well. If we can probably find the right guests to help us identify the difference and probably break down goods, the bads, and the uglies. Because again, I've seen it. I've gone through it. You know, everybody has had their run-in with mental health, be it in your home, outside your home, at your job, in your relationships. So again, that is definitely something that always should be talked about almost year round.
I would also recommend domestic violence
That's
as a topic,
a huge one.
Okay, all right.
and
Okay.
I would recommend autism as
Okay.
one.
When you say about domestic violence, I would like to hear about domestic violence from the male perspective. I have some male friends who have struggled with domestic violence from their
Yeah,
Significant other.
female partners, and I don't think people talk about that a lot.
I like that. I like that.
It's like assumed domestic violence is only
One
Men
way.
to women,
females.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, against
Okay.
females.
I like
or
that.
in
But
same
men
gender
can be
partnerships, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that, Laura. I like that. That's very
Okay.
good. That's a very good
susceptible
topic.
to it too. So maybe if you guys do a DD podcast, like do 2 men, 2 women or something, and get just the whole circle. Because nobody's excluded from domestic violence. Domestic violence happens in every gender, race, nationality. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
My problem with that is I don't know how many men would come on and acknowledge that.
Here's the
I
thing,
know
though.
2 off the top of my head that would.
Okay. We'll find. We'll
All right,
find.
well, all right, yeah. So we can brainstorm.
Yeah.
We can,
If we
you know,
we can
as long-
we can
as long as
find.
they're willing to talk about it. And,
Right.
You know.
Because when you put it out there, people will watch or people will know. And again, if you know people that might need this podcast, help them get through shit or help them get past stuff, that's the best time to do it. Because again, they might not be open to be on the show, but they could sit here and know that this person's gone through that crap or that
But I
person's gone through that
also
stuff,
would-
right? It's
If I
enlightening.
had a couple more things to encourage, it would be single dads, or say mom and dad divorced, and it's such a huge just fuckery. I'm sorry, I don't know if I can use that on your podcast, but it's such a fuckery.
Excuse me.
To
She said the
know-
word fuckery. Judges?
Um,
She's okay. She's okay. She's okay, folks. She's okay.
Moms,
She's okay.
typically moms assume that, kids should be with them, and so dads who are well deserving go way under appreciated and just rights.
Yeah,
So I would
No,
definitely say that.
no. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. I'm not gonna let you get away with that because it's not that. It's the way the system is designed. Is that there are some great guys, just like you said, there are some great fathers. The system always gears toward the female.
And why is that?
well,
Because
that's
the system-
that's
because
That's
the,
my
the system was
point.
the system was
Back together.
the system has been made or created many years ago, and it will.
And it
And
needs
the
updated, because
system
I know
aligned
some
with
moms-
the system aligned with older times.
Right.
The
Right.
system also in some way aligns with given natures. Like by nature, women tend to be more caring and giving, but times have changed and gender roles have definitely.
And when are we going to acknowledge that?
Well, every system in the United States is behind its time. Like that is a reality.
Exactly.
Like it's broken and it's to be updated. It just, I mean, and it's
topics, and that's
just
something
fact,
that I can see
Out of here.
needs discussed.
But again,
And
you can't break the American system. You cannot. There has to be a drastic thing has to happen for people to wake up and think, okay, shit needs to change. And I mean it. I don't mean and I don't mean hellfire and brimstone and stuff like that. I mean something tragic. That's the only way people tend to change out there is that something tragic happens and then they'll flip the whole script.
So
that's what I'm saying.
George Floyd's traffic was very tragic.
Use 9/11.
Again.
All that did, some people say it brought unity to our country, but all I've seen was racism 110%.
But the unity that it brings that's another system in the United States. It's all reactive, not proactive. So it's all like the unity that it brings, it comes after the fact.
It brought unity, but look at all the hate it brought to a certain culture of people.
Yeah, again, like that's the system reacting to whatever. So it's still inside that system. It's still not breaking that system. It's still that system is still thinking that whatever is going on in their world is only in their world. It doesn't affect like Americans. Again, I'm not trying to hate on Americans, but Americans think that they.
Hey,
I'm gonna fight you. What I'm saying exactly, and they think that nothing else happens in the world but in the U.S. I've seen it, and the thing is, other third world countries.
It's a very individualistic culture.
But all the third world countries are turning to them and thinking, what are they doing? And they're trying to implement what they're doing, and that's the wrong way.
We're doing it all wrong.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't care. Honestly, I'll tell you one story before we end here. I love fast food. Don't get me wrong. I love fast food. It's there. It's accessible, whatever. What I don't like is when I traveled back in 2012 back home and I saw KFC, McDonald's in Nigeria. This is a place that grows everything from I can go to my grandmother's house and she has plantain in the backyard and that's what we're going to be eating. The goat is outside on a leash. That's what we're going to eat. I don't want to see fast food in a third world country. You know, you're bringing things you don't need.
Corporate America.
They're not called third world countries. They're called underdeveloped.
I don't know. I don't know if Nigeria is an underdeveloped. Not going to go there.
I don't know. We don't use that terminology. Anyway, but coming back to the topic,
and then we're talking about corporate America. There's like 7 different species of levels of America.
Deep.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, coming back to the topic of your podcast today, I want to hear from the two of you, Black males. What attracts you to non-Black women? Like, what is it that?
Well, I've never said I was ever unattracted to a non-Black woman or a Black woman.
Have you primarily dated African American or white women?
Who?
Well, he's Tunde is in like Canada. So have you dated?
I've dated
Canadians?
I've dated all types of races, all types of cultures.
What have you primarily dated?
Well,
short girls.
It's an old man.
Behave.
I'm serious.
Yeah, short girls. Short girls.
Black, white, Asian.
Yes.
Short girl.
I said primarily.
There is no primary for me. I don't have a primary.
And that's what I was going to say. I've never had a go-to. If you're attractive and you can stimulate my mind, you're on the list. Okay. I don't mean to list. You meet my preference.
Stimulate your minds. What ethnicity were they primarily? The ones that you could connect with and stimulate your mind.
Again, we have.
All right, I will say this.
I said primarily. I didn't ask for all the races. I said primarily.
I will say this because majority of my majority of my background has been in bars and things like that. So it's probably been white women.
I could say the same.
Okay.
I could
It's
say the
because
same.
it's literally, if that's all year round, then that's
Yeah.
it is
I
what
can
it
I
is.
can I can say that too. I can say that too.
So with that
So
being
accessibility.
Yes, it's well,
Yeah.
accessible. That sounds so bad. That sounds so bad. Well,
Hold on,
since
hold on.
it's like,
What
well,
did you
since
ask
you're
me?
here, hey, let's go. Come on, let's
What did you ask
go.
me?
with that being said, by the both of you, you asked me, why do I think African American women hate on me? There's your answer.
Because
Why?
they date more. Because
Why?
the
Because I'm in
accessibility
the
of women.
bars?
Right? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, hold
No,
on, no,
no,
but that's
no,
because
no,
that's
no,
but
no,
here's
no, no.
here.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Hold on, Jules. Hold on. I can tell you right now, in my radius of where I live, probably 2 black people in my area, let alone black women. So if I walk out and I see
black men.
black women, I mean, I see white women and I think they're attractive. That's what I'm going with. That's not me looking out for them. I'm not looking at. That's just what's in my vicinity. I can't say I could probably go 180, and if I was in Alabama, living there, where majority probably will be black women, I don't know Alabama as such, but if I went there and I saw that type of woman, I would say that's what I'll be going to. Right? It's just this the atmosphere.
Well, it's
Yeah, I don't have a type. I really don't. Like people are like,
Neither.
you don't have a type. We can't set you up with anybody because we don't know what your type is.
No, you know what you want,
it's
though.
the same,
Different.
it's the same theory as the like the crime ratio, black on black crime, blah 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 blah. If that's what you're around, that's what you're around. I was in bars, and even now, in the gym, if I go to the gym right now, there's probably 2 African American women that go to the gym that I go to.
That's how it is. Not because you're trying to say that there's none there. It's that's where you're primarily around. So what you're
Right.
primarily around is what you're going to see. If that's all you see, that's what will pique your interest.
That's what attracts you.
Yeah.
But for some reason, every girl I date is like fucking little as shit, short as shit.
Remember,
That's great though, because nothing better than tippy toe kissing. Tippy toe kissing is amazing.
I'm pretty tall, you know.
Whoa.
No, I'm just joking. I'm not really tall. I'm lying. I'm not gonna lie on air. Why would I do that? I'm not that tall.
You can't tell how tall someone is when they're sitting down.
No, you can't.
I'm not. This is a family show. I'm not gonna say any type of.
How tall are you, Tunde?
I'm 5'8" and 3/4.
Oh, okay.
Tall enough, Laura? Is that tall enough?
Whoa. Whoa.
Did we lose Ashley? She just gone like the wind. But hey, this has been fun. I enjoyed the conversation. Laura, you have to come back, talk with us again.
All right.
It was very fun. And if you want some gear, let me know.
Just cut. Okay.
I am down. Like I am totally down to reach into those topics that she was talking about and that you were talking about also.
Yeah.
The problem is
people coming out to.
People said that they want to talk about it, but then they really don't want to talk about it. Like I literally, when I did the thing about addiction, there was like 200 something comments, and I asked if anybody would want to talk about it, and they were like, no. But we got 5 people to talk about it,
and it was a great conversation.
It was an awesome conversation because I actually learned more than I even thought, and I found out more about the people that I know.
Exactly.
I had no clue what was going on in their lives. So,
well, my suggestion will be to have. I think your being unscripted is definitely it's genuine and it's welcoming. But with certain topics, you have to have a little some sort of format, some sort of script. It can get so.
It can get dicey.
Out of control.
Yeah.
It can get dicey. It could get disrespectful. It could get it could be very harmful too, without the intent of being harmful. So
this is true.
Just like
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
again,
sometimes having a little
we're not here to hurt feelings and make people and out people, because again, we're trying to educate.
No, but these are very painful experience. Like having to share about your addiction, or having to share, or wanting to share, or being open to it. It's it's a
when it
slippery
came
slope.
to that show, I told Jules right after, I was ready to cry. Some of the stories were just that heartbreaking, and I could not believe that people have gone through it, let alone these nice people who are still pretty much dealing with it, throughout their life. They're always going to deal with it. But I'm like, man, and then it kind of opened the door about, how maybe your next door neighbor could be in the same boat. You'll never know. Right. And again, that's if people want to know about that show, again, it is on our channel there. So you definitely can check it out. Did you watch it?
Watched it.
Hey, she's a subscriber. She's a subscriber. But yes.
Okay.
But Laura, like I said, you're more than welcome to come in and talk with us.
Thank
about
you for the invite.
Anytime. That was a pleasure. Again, Ashley, if she's listening or around, again, thank you for her insights as well. It was an amazing conversation. Tune in next week. If not next week, maybe the week after. I don't know. We'll see how schedule goes.
Her phone died again. She just messages.
Yeah.
Her phone died again. Oh.
Yeah, well, she was on her cell phone. So.
But she's on her G, and she was in her car too. So.
Oh, you're right. Okay, well, let's try to get her a laptop or something.
Have a lovely Friday evening, gentlemen.
Yes, you have a great night. Stay warm or stay cool, and stay away from spicy food. Yes. All right. Have a good night, folks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it for us. Ta-ta.
Another great show.
That's it, folks. Tune in next time when we have another interesting comment or conversation about whatever, whoever. Maybe we talk about sports. Maybe we talk about entertainment. Maybe we're talking about people again. Who knows? Anyways, Jules, we're out. I gotta go cook.
Yeah, I need to eat too, bro.
Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Peace.